Chapter 1. Anger. It's true that no one is born angry, but they can be born to angry parents. Growing up, I was frequently whacked across the head for the most trivial reasons. As much as I tried to please my parents, I felt like I couldn't do anything right. One time, my father let me have it with his belt because I dared to say, "Just a minute," when he asked me to hand over the TV guide I was leafing through. There were many violent incidents at home. Whether the hostility was directed at me and my siblings or it was strictly between my parents, the negative effects were the same. Thankfully, my parents divorced when I was in my final year of high school. After my father remarried, I didn't communicate with him for nearly 12 years. It's a decision I'll always regret. In defense of my parents, I believe they behaved according to how they were raised, and have long since forgiven them for all the awful things I was subjected to, not only while we lived under the same roof as a family, but in later life as well. Anger. The word even sounds angry, doesn't it? Anger. It would seem that growing up in an angry household would all but guarantee I would never share my life with an angry partner. However, after I eloped and later got a divorce from my first marriage, the next two marriages were anything but peaceful. In both cases, there had been obvious red flags like unprovoked explosive episodes, verbal abuse, etc., right from the beginning, but I chose to ignore them all. If you've ever been in a blow-up fight with someone you love, you'll be well aware how it can sap your energy and leave you feeling physically and emotionally drained, sometimes for hours afterwards. There's no doubt that being in a relationship where a partner routinely flies off the handle can be extremely hard on the nerves and destroy your health. Then again, keeping all that anger bottled up isn't healthy either. Without a release, all that does is cause it to fester and leave you feeling troubled and anxious. The important thing is to distinguish between experiencing anger and expressing anger. Everyone experiences anger at one time or another, but how they express it is what really counts. Watch or read the daily news, and you'll see many examples of how expressing anger offensively often results in violence and tragic consequences. So, what to do? Even the most easygoing, mild-tempered people get angry sometimes. No matter what it is that triggers the anger, the impulse to explode is instantaneous. If that happens, and you feel like you're about to lose it, immediately take several deep breaths and slowly count to 10. This not only helps to ease the tension, it also gives you several seconds to think rationally before you lose control and possibly spout out some choice words you will regret later. In a neutral tone and calm voice, simply let it be known that you feel upset and why. You'll notice an amazing thing happen when you do this. Even as you're talking, you will already feel the anger start to dissolve. Psychologists say the relief you feel under those circumstances doesn't result from the actual venting, but from identifying the cause of the anger and working toward a resolution. Effective listening and calm, rational communication is one of the best ways to circumvent the kind of angry tirades that so often destroy relationships and lives. Repeating a self-calming statement such as, "Relax, let it go," or "This isn't worth ruining my health," or "I'm not taking the bait," can be quite helpful under heated circumstances. Say the statement to yourself while taking your deep breaths and counting to 10. As difficult as it is to keep your cool when tempers get hot, as with anything else, it does get easier and easier with practice. Another thing to watch out for is dumping. Dumping is when you've had a bad day or experience, and later you dump your pent up anger or frustration onto an unsuspecting third party, often your partner or a friend. No one enjoys being a victim of dumping. Done often enough, it can easily destroy a relationship or long standing friendship. Bear in mind that while you can't always avoid the type of circumstances or people that get you steamed up, you always have the ability to change how you react.